You'll play a 25-minute game with a 5-second delay, and there'll be 4 rounds.
I've been with the DOC for 32 years. My first 2 years were at El Dorado. I kind of helped open the facility, so there was a lot of problems back then. We had a lot of, we had many riots, we had fights, we had forced cell moves, we had, you know, a lot of the worst of the worst at the beginning in 1991. And it continued probably up until I came to 93. And then as I got to Wichita, you know, it was a little bit different environment, not as many fights, not as many issues. We still do have issues, whatnot, but in the last year, when Mr. Ballard had approached me about this endeavor, I was very, you know, after I've been with the Department of Corrections for so long, I was very skeptical on what. It's like, okay, a game of chess, you know, I'm an avid chess player, so a game of chess, I'm going to think that this is going to help people, so I was very skeptical about it. And as I went from, but I had an open mind. I did have an open mind with it. And so when the Secretary had asked me to be the statewide coordinator, I decided to go ahead and do it. I was nervous about it. I was hesitant about that because it's a new thing, so I really didn't know what was expected of me. So we had a Zoom call, and everything was laid out, and so it was like, yeah, I'm all on board with this. And then I started taking Mr. Ballard to different facilities, first being Winfield. I wasn't able to make Hutch because I got previous commitment, but the first facility I went to was Winfield. And just walking in there, and the staff being very supportive, the residents coming in and very hesitant, unsure, maybe confused a little bit. It's like, okay, this is something that the DOC generally doesn't do, and so maybe they had some doubts. But you know, as the tournament went on, and then as it carried over to different facilities, you know, you're getting these guys coming in, always the same expression when they come in, but as the tournament goes on at their facility each day, their frowns turn into smiles, and their attitudes totally change from not the greatest or skeptical themselves, and then they're smiling, they're high five, they're cheering on each other. When we give them, present them with different awards, you know, 1st through 4th place for the certificates, they just absolutely love it. But the biggest thing they love is getting those chess sets. It's like they have never been given the best gift of their life, and they are so grateful. When we was at Ellsworth, I had several of the same inmates that would come up and shake my hand several times. When we'd gone to Larned to do the tournament there, inmates were having me sign my autograph on their chessboards. It's like, okay, I'm nothing, I'm just a captain here, but, and you know, the thing they told me is like, that you're part of this. This is something new. This is something great. I want to know your name. I want your name to be on here. So I signed my autograph on people's chess sets. So it's been a really great. Today being the last day of the, we did the online championship with Wichita winning it, so that's kind of helps add to the greatness, I guess you could say. But it's kind of sad that it's kind of ending for this year, because it's really been rewarding, going to the different facilities, seeing the different residents, seeing the staff respond. The staff have, you know, even with me, with my years, you know, they're still going to be skeptical, or skepticism between other places, and you really didn't see a lot of that. They was very supportive. They was glad to be there. As we left, they was very thankful, appreciative when you coming back, and that was both the staff and residents. So it's really been a big impact for me, because I can see the change that's happened with not only the staff members but the residents. So, you know, it kind of goes both ways. It's kind of changing some of the staff's attitudes and not only the residents. I think after hearing Tony's story and kind of seeing it with the residents, really solidified it. It really brought it out. Okay, it's like he's changed in the actually 4 hours that I'm with these guys at each facility, in that 4 hours they've changed. So I can see the correlation between the two. It's like, okay, so they kind of support each other.
And so if you had a chance, and like you are right now, to sit down with every warden just to say, here's what I think is the key to helping open the eyes of other staff members, it would be?
Try it. I think there's probably a lot of people that were skeptical, probably like me, on whether something like this would work or not, because it's really, Cook County has done the data to show how it reduces recidivism, and then we brought it in like this, and I think to give it a try, continue with what we started here. Let's do it again next year. Let's start again in March of next year and keep doing it. Maybe expand on to different things. Cook County Jail has an excellent program that they have implemented. There's a place in Canada. I went to the conference in Chicago back in May, and they have a great program. And actually, the conference that I went to, there's countries all around the world that talk about how chess has been major successes in their inmate population. I mean, gobs, we had probably 40 representatives from different countries at this tournament, or at this conference, and they all had positive things to share on what they've done and what chess has done to help their resident population.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add?
We appreciate everything that all the wardens for letting us come into the facilities. It was a great experience. I got to meet quite a few of them. There's definitely a lot of support, and I appreciate it, and hopefully we can keep on doing it.